about the last time you trusted a system you didn't fully understand. Not because it showed you everything, not because it asked for permission at every step, but because you felt confident in what would have been predictability, even when you weren't watching. That feeling is rare, and it's becoming rarer as the system grows more autonomous. Our products now decide, prioritize, optimize, and act on our behalf. Trust hasn't scaled the same way at the same pace as intelligence. Welcome back to Human X Intelligent. My name is Madalena Costa, and I'm your host. Over the last episodes, we've been building a sequence. We've been exploring the age of agency, when progress stopped reacting and started acting. Then we explored autonomy and why intelligence without limits quickly becomes dangerous. We even moved into multi-agent systems where intelligence scales through coordination. And last week, we discussed the interface of intent, how humans stay in control when systems act. But today we are addressing the invisible layer underneath all of this a bit more, because once the system acts and once they coordinate without us, what determines whether users stay or quietly disengage? This is episode about verifiability gap. Most teams believe trust breaks when AI is wrong. In practice, it breaks much earlier. It breaks when users can't answer three questions. Why did the system do this? What will it do next? And what can I do for it not to go wrong? And what can I do if it goes wrong? Across years of product work in AI system design, the same pattern repeats. Users tolerate mistakes. They do not tolerate behavior they can't verify. When systems act without being legible, users stop exploring. When exploration stops, retention disappears. And when retention disappears, no amount of intelligence saves the product. This is not a model problem, it's a system design problem. The verifiability gap is the distance between what the AI does, what the user understands, and what the professionals can observe, validate, and improve. When these three perspectives don't align, trust collapses silently. No error message, no crash, just hesitation. This gap shows up when systems optimize faster than users can reason, decisions happen off screen, and actually feedback arrives too late to matter. Verifiability is not about seeing everything, it's about being able to reason about behavior before trust is lost. Closing the verifiability gap requires understanding on who holds control and how. Agentic systems always involve three control layers. So we have the professional control, observability, and responsibility. Professional needs to answer questions like, is the system behaving as intended? Where does it fail? What patterns are emerging over time? This is where metrics, logs, policy rules, thresholds, quadriles, and audit trails live. But here's the trap. When professionals control compensate for weak UX, complexity leaks into the product. Teams add rules, users feel friction, product-led growth stalls. Observability should support decisions, not replace good design. Another control is user control, confidence, and reversibility. Users don't want to control how AI works. They want to control over impact. Can I undo this? Can I correct this? Can I understand it when it matters? Reversibility is one of the most strong predictions of exploration. If users feel safe experimenting, they stay. If they feel trapped by automation, they disengage. Trust is not about preventing mistakes, it's about making mistakes survivable. The other one, and the last of the control, is AI control, bounded autonomy. AI also needs control, clear goals, clear boundaries, clear feedback signals. Without boundaries, it overreaches. Autonomy only works when it's constrained by verifiable rules. Rules humans can understand and reason about. Human in the loop is often implemented as an approval step. Big mistake. Modern human in the loop is not about stopping the system, it's about aligning trust continuously. It's about scalability. A healthy loop looks like this. AI acts, user experiences the outcome, system exposes verifiability signals, user confirms, adjusts, or corrects. AI learns. Professionals observe the pattern, no bottlenecks, no first confirmations, just continuous calibration. This is how you keep AI fast and trustworthy. But let's break this down properly. Trust. Trust is built through consistency over time. Same intent, same boundaries, predictable behavior. Transparency is not disclosure, which is another one. It's clarity of intent. Transparency is very important. What is the system optimizing for? What trade off is it making? Explainability. Explainability should be contextual, progressive, and on demand, not a wall of text, not a compliance artifact. Feedback. Feedback is where learning and retention converge. As you've been listening to our show, you know that feedback is something very important for our work and for clients as well. Explicit feedback, implicit signals, outcomes based on correction, systems that listen to humans, systems that ignore feedback feel dangerous. Nothing in this episode stands alone. Signals make behavior observable. Personalization must adapt without surprise. Retention depends on safe exploration. Agency requires boundaries. The verifiability gap is what connects them. Without verifiability, signals are ignored, personalization feels evasive, autonomy feels risky, and retention becomes fragile. This is why trust must be designed as an infrastructure, not as a post hoc explanation. Here's how teams can use this tomorrow. Step one, map the gap. Ask yourself, what does the AI decide? What does the user see? What can professionals verify? Every mismatch reveals risk. Step two, design controls per layer, not one control for everyone. Professionals, observability and pattern detection. Users, reversibility and clarity. AI, feedback and constraints. Step three, translate into UX patterns. Undo instead of confirm. Why this instead of first explanation? Progressive disclosure, confidence indicators, preference tuning. Step four, translate into product strategy. Trust is a growth lever. Verifiability enables PLG. Human in the loop is a retention system. This is how autonomy scales responsibly. This episode brings the season to a turning point. We have explored agency, autonomy, coordination, intent, and verifiability, and so much more. Next season, we close the season. Episode 11, The Agentic Leader. How organizational design changes when your team is a mix of humans and agents. Because when systems act with us and for us, leadership itself must change. That will be the season finale. Season 2 begins at the end of the month with a deeper focus on building, leading, and operating in the age of intelligent systems with a lot of new guests that are amazing. And I'm so excited for you to hear the episodes. They are so good. I've learned a lot. I've shared a lot. They shared a lot. It was a very good time to record these episodes. I can't wait for you to listen to them. But this was episode 10 of Human X Intelligent. If this episode helped you design trust more intentionally, share it with someone building products that act on behalf of humans. I'll see you next week for the finale of season 1.